What's up, guys? How's it going? Yo, yo. Furiously clicking. Dude, this song's awesome. Oh, shit. Hang on, I gotta get my paper. This music's being pretty slow. Come on, Meeseeks. Maybe I just need to make it a command that moderators can trigger or whatnot. Boom, boom, boom. I think I got the Mi 5 always has a delay. I bet it waits for me to do a scene switch. Hello. Hello. Let's get ZBrush loaded up here. Okay, so I'm just gonna cover a few things in ZBrush, and then I'm going to be doing a lot of experimenting with tileable stuff in ZBrush to see what I can do. And then, yeah, and then we'll do critiques. Whoa. What's up, Stavos? DCG, what's up? Yo. Oh man, I have no drink in here either. Oh my god. Okay, so we'll just we'll start with some basic tip stuff that I found out in ZBrush recently. I don't know how useful they'll be to you guys, but I find them pretty useful. One of them's more for presentation reasons. But, okay, so we've got our sculpt here, right? So first thing is Shift-M. Activates this magnifying glass, which is pretty interesting. I think it's, yeah, look, it even magnifies the UI, which is pretty cool. But you'll see there's, when you click, the magnifier goes away. So you can like focus in on some stuff if you need to. But if you need to adjust it, remember Shift-M is to turn that on and off. If you need to adjust it, I believe it's in Preferences and it's called Magnifying Glass. So you can turn it on, and I would suggest having it on while you're trying to understand the controls with it. You can control how much it's zooming. Curvature is like that fisheye effect that's happening. I usually would just zero that out. And then the frame, give it a nice thick frame. And then for the fade, you can kill the fade on it completely, so it's just a nice, easy way to look at details or inspect something a little bit closer. It's obviously only zooming the canvas, it's not actually getting closer, just so you guys know. Does everything look like it's working okay? It looks that way. How are you guys doing? So Shift-M turns on and off that magnifying glass. What's up, Knock? How you doing? Hi, Tobias, Abel, Reed, Curious, Freeze, Mr. Freezy. How are you? Let's see here. What else was I on the list? Oh, right. Solo and dynamic solo. Confrontation. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. About to soak up some knowledge. We'll see how much there's to soak, but you know. So we looked at the zoom magnifying glass. Pretty handy. The next one is this button right here, solo. So if you press N, you can look at your subtools here. So if you have like a lot of stuff hidden and maybe you have like something else open, you can press N to go between your subtools. And then this, where is it? Solo. So by clicking this, it hides all your subtools without actually hiding them. Like it's like the closest thing I think you can get to isolate, like in 3ds Max, or hide unselected. I also realized that if you press F, you frame on the subtool that you've selected. If you press F again, it reframes to the original view you had before framing. So if it's like up here and then you press F and then go back, it's what it's doing is like it's going between framing the entire asset and framing the selected asset. And then what was the other thing I wanted to cover? Oh, okay. So let's say I have this subtool selected, or sub-object. And I'm going to open this up and add the color over here. So if you, let's say, fill it and make it red, and then this one, you're like, oh, I want this one to be this cool looking, like purpley pink, whatever. In your subtools, there's a little paintbrush here. I never knew about this. Nimlot, thanks for the host. I never knew about these little paintbrushes here, but if you click them, let's say we'll go to this one. This one's active. If you click that paintbrush, is it not going to do it? It's like, no. Hang on here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so whatever color is in here is your active color. And then when you fill, that object becomes that color, right? So if like you have all of these at different colors, but you need to be able to work, you need to be able to focus. What's up, Jester? How you doing? So you need to be able to focus. I really like that green. Oh man, that's nice. So say you need to be able to focus and the colors are kind of getting in your way. If you click this eyedropper or this little paintbrush, it will go to whatever is in here. So if you need to, you can just turn that on and off. But the cool thing is if you hold shift, it does it to all of them. So you can basically turn the colors off on everything if you need to. And then with the isolate or the solo, you can work on this guy and you're like, cool, this works really well. So you get a nice performance gain as well because it's much freer of trying to calculate geometry. And then coffee time. Oh man, coffee sounds good. Is the music showing up below? I have no start bar with. Yes, cool. Me6 just post. That's great. man. So let's see what else we can do here. So when we're in solo mode, right, you see only the subtool that's active. If you go, we'll go to this one. If you turn solo mode off, oh shit, look at that. It pops up. QZ, thanks man. Was in a Mises way. Thanks, Reed. Time to pop a beer and enjoy the show. So, solo mode, right? Let's get to this guy, dynamic. You click that guy, and it hides everything when you move, which is pretty handy, because then you can still see the association with the asset, and when you sculpt, or you can see the association with the asset next to it. When you sculpt, everything's good, but when you rotate it, it goes back to just the asset itself. Now, let's see here. The last thing I was going to show you guys is Alt and Control. Holding those down when you click a button will give you a little message up here that tells you, here, let's see what we do that. So it says press any key combination to assign a hotkey, or press escape or a mouse button to cancel. So now that we've done that, and I press like 1, for example, it says hotkey assigned successfully. So if I press 1, you can see I'm toggling between solo and not solo. Really, really handy. So I can do this, and then alt click on something, and then solo. And then I'm like, all right, that looks good. Press 1 again, switch to this one. What is this wizardry? This is so handy. Super, super helpful. I've been curious about that for a while, and it just never occurred to me. Anyways, there's all the ZBrush stuff that I recently picked up on, just trying to smooth out some workflow stuff. So just as a recap, Shift M for a zoom, like magnifying glass function, which has controls up here in preferences magnifying glass. We've got the mesh colors being controlled by these, like the polypaint color being controlled by this little paintbrush. So I can fill this object with red, but if I click that, whatever is active in the color palette is what is there. So I can be like, oh, it's like I want this to be green. But if I turn this back on, it goes back to the actual painted color. What else do we cover? The solo mode and dynamic mode. See that control the colors? Oh, it's so good. Solo mode and dynamic mode are down here, and they just allow for hiding or hiding while moving. You get some nice performance gain. And then, yeah. And then how hotkeys work, which is Control Alt, and then you click whatever you want a hotkey, and then you press the combination, and that's the new hotkey. So if you need to, like you could go to, let's say, brushes, right? And we'll do this one, and then we'll do, where are we at here? Clay buildup, maybe. So there's a clay buildup, and the slash is here. So if I hold down Control and Alt and click this, I can press 2, and then Control and Alt click that, press 3. So now I can go between the brushes. So it's so easy that I'm not actually saving the hotkeys, and I'm thinking about it more as like dynamic hotkeys. So whatever I need quick switching between, I'm going to be doing the Control and Alt, and then assigning hotkeys to brushes or color fill or any of that stuff. Like I could go white, right? Whatever color is here, I could hotkey this to tilde, which is the on a US keyboard is the button to the left of the 1 key. And then I could just go to this one and press tilde, and it will fill it with whatever color is in here. So I can just, it's like, oh, I need this on like that. It's like, I wonder if that's, now it's not doing it. Why? Why? That's so weird. Huh. It does it the first time, and then when you move out, it does not. I wonder, I'm going to have to talk to someone about why that happens the way that it does. Anywho, those are the ZBrush shenanigans. I'm going to switch over, and then I'm just going to work on tiling this stuff. And then, yeah. Oh, that is weird. Oh, that's why. All right, cool. I'll be right back, guys.